Let's go!
He's always just gonna act red back, defend it.
I think it's like
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. With it being Friday, first things first, I hope everyone's has had a positive week, moving that much closer to their goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. Hopefully everybody's in good health, and I'd love to hope that remains the case for you and your loved ones. And obviously, I hope everyone's had a fantastic week, having a fantastic Friday, and has a better weekend. Obviously, Arsenal are playing at the weekend, which makes weekends that much sweeter, depending on the result, people, especially because we've got Brentford, and we spoke up. Big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you're following on Twitch. I'm live at 4:30. I'm on Twitch, and we just came off a 10 a.m. live stream. We focused around Brentford and the fact of, they haven't won too many games in a row, really and truly. They haven't won too many games recently. We need to be taking 3 points. We need to be getting revenge. Hit the like button if you haven't. That being said, we all remember Everton's form, and to a degree, still Everton's form. They haven't picked up too many wins. Where have they picked up a win or some points against us? And I don't like to be this guy and talk about winnable games, because I feel it sounds cliche, but football matches aren't won on paper, definitely at this point in the season. But when you look at some of our fixtures, like for me, we should be beating Watford away. But because of the context and fighting relegation, sometimes Vicarage Road is not the best place for us to go to. There's that. The same logic with St. James's Park. Obviously, we've still got to play Liverpool, United, West Ham, Chelsea, Spurs, all of these sort of Wolves, all of these sort of sides. So these games are neither here nor there. Where it looks like we can pick up points, you should be. Our home form is all right. Brentford are, for me, a bit of media darlings. You'd have to go back to January when they picked up a Premier League victory, if I'm completely honest with you. I know they've got experienced players. They've come up through the Championship. They've got a fantastic manager, but we need to hit and hit hard. Obviously, this week we're seeing who people have as well. I actually think Spurs are going to beat City, but you've got Spurs City, you've got Wolves Leicester, hopefully Leeds United can do a job against Manchester United, Newcastle trying to stay in the division. Hopefully they can do a job against West Ham. We need to take our points. Obviously, narratives can change. Last week, Arsenal were the favourites, despite West Ham and Manchester United, respectively, both holding on at a time to fourth, and we're sixth. But if we lose and other teams win, where are we at with that? There's going to be different conclusions drawn every week from now to the end of the season. We need to rise to the challenge and take opportunities. Again, for me, one thing I don't really, Ivan Toney. I don't want Ivan Toney to get gassed off this game. I do like Ivan Toney. I like how he plays. I like his mentality. But as an Arsenal fan, it pees me off because he thinks he's messed. It's a bit like Eddie. Them man there think they're better than they are, people. So I hope we can make it difficult. Our home form has been good. Our form hasn't been the worst. We've been keeping clean sheets. We're going to need all our street smartness. I hope Tomiyasu is fit, because it's a windy day on the best of days, as you can see in North London or in London. It's going to be a windy day at the Emirates. We need to win our first and second balls, something that Tony and Brentford are going to live for. For me, we need Tomiyasu fit. Is Tony fit? I'm sure he is. They said he's fit for this game. But if he's not, then boy, they've still got Embuemo. Their fullbacks put balls into the box. Their centre-halves try and play. They've got Ethan Pinnock, who for me, boy, the Jamaican international, he's got to be the best in the league, innit? Like, between him, Ivan Toney, Leon Bailey, one of these guys have to win PFA Player of the Year. For me, them Jamaican internationals there have to be the best. I'm yet to see a defend to the standard of Ethan Pinnock, in my opinion. I can't lie to you. Banter aside, we need to be winning, innit? And let's actually look at Brentford's results, people. Before we get into everything, let's actually look at Brentford's results. Outside is a madness. Bins are flying. Beer things are happening. Stay in your yard if you can. Not me though. I'm still out here, but I got things to do. Anyways, if you look at Brentford's results, people, quickly get involved in the poll as well. Obviously this week we've done Osimhen. We're gonna get into that, but we done Osimhen watch. We did Lautaro Martinez watch. Technically Isaac, but I didn't. I only saw the highlights. But yeah, if you look at their last couple games from Brentford, the media darlings, the draw against Palace, that's the best result in a while, really. No shame in getting bopped 2-0 to City. No shame in that. But yeah, they've got a draw against Palace, 2-0 defeat, against Man City. They lost to Wolves. They lost to United. They lost to Liverpool. They lost to Southampton. They have won in the FA Cup. You'd have to go back to January the 2nd. Now, again, form goes out the window, but out of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, they've got 3 points. Now, don't let that be a different case against Arsenal. And again, they're doing what they're doing in the league as well. If I was them, honestly, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, listen, our form turns around. We're playing Arsenal. We beat them before. They've got a younger squad than us. They're overrated. They're pampered. You know, they think they're special. I'm not saying these are true. This is all what I would be saying to if I was part of that Brentford unit. And I'm coming here to mess up whatever sort of positivity Arsenal fans are having, ironing up top 4, top 6. I'm going to complicate things. And for me, as a Brentford man, I'd want to do the double. I spoke about it on Twitch. People, hit the like button if you haven't. Let me go back on the Twitter account, which is Albino. Shout out to him. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have some confidence in my team. I am nervous of the threat of Brentford. I don't know why, but I am. First and second balls, aerial duels. These are the things I need to see certified. But again, you know, we beat them in 2018 3-1 when they last visited the Emirates. But our form against them isn't necessarily the best. We've only beaten them twice out of a potential 11 league meetings. Christian Eriksen, in his last Premier League appearance, scored against Arsenal in the 2-2 draw at the Emirates. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to assume he might do a thing, really and truly. And again, Brentford, they've got Embuemo, Tony if fit. They've got a couple of others. And one thing about Brentford, they're down for the scrap. They never fight. They never give up. You see some teams, you'll score against them, they'll curl into a ball. They're not on that. Apparently, Brentford's passing accuracy is of 61% in the opposition's half, is the lowest in the Premier League this season. So, boy, there's question marks. They said 38% of Brentford's goal attempts this season have come from set pieces. That's the highest portion in the top flight. Now, we've been all right from set pieces. We're going to need to be at, and you see what I'm saying? Respectfully, they're a championship side. They're going to have dark arts. They're going to be street smart. They're going to do little things to antagonize us. They're going to try and intimidate us. They're going to try to make the best of aerial duels. Now, hopefully, as we've shown, we did it 10 men down against Wolves. Down to 10 men against Wolves. We're going to need to be at it. We're going to need to be at it. And again, it's probably going to be windy as hell in North London again. I don't even know if the game's going to be on, man. I mean, Eriksen will get booed because he's a Spurs lad. You know, we'll clap him for what he's gone on with and stuff like that. But he will get booed. And I'm sure Eriksen, obviously big him up and stuff, but I'm sure Eriksen just wants to get on with life. I'm sure he wants to be booed and feel like a normal human being again. You know, again, if it was me, love for the support about my heart. Again, big him up for playing, but you'd probably just want to be moved on and not really be consistently reminded. Again, football provides an escape, and I'm sure, big up Eriksen, I'm sure he just wants to carry on with that. So I'm sure the Arsenal fans and everyone will clap him up again. Big him up for coming out from what what happened to him. But I'm sure he would. He should get booed, Carl. You're ex-Spurs, man. Let's get back to normal now. So again, we're gonna have to be at it, people, and I'm sure the boys know it. It's a crucial week for us. You can't look ahead of too many teams. But as I said, you've got Spurs versus Man City. You've got Leeds, who haven't been quite the firing Leeds, welcoming Man United. You've got Newcastle against West Ham. You've got Wolves, Leicester. Someone's gonna, pardon my language, someone's gonna fuck up. Someone's going to drop points. It's going to be us. It could be us this week. It might be us midweek. It will be us at some point in these 16 games left. So we're going to have to pattern. And for me, when you take your points like you should do against Brentford, you give yourself a solid grounding, if you could say that, to fall upon. You know, if you have, you know, because there will be, because you've taken 6 points, for assuming we beat them. If you lose against Wolves or something happens, you say, all right, cool, we can do a get back. You know, look at all's forgiven. I'm not saying all's forgiven at United, but for all the noise about how United are out of it and they dropped points against Burnley, and I'm sure there was it Southampton? Boy, they've patterned it. They're fourth now. Spurs, people can say what they want, and I hope we move away from them. But then no one's away from anyone. No one's moved away from anyone. And this is the sort of period, if we can just put a run of form, and the same goes for the other clubs, you can begin to make ground again. The games are running out. There's still a lot of football to be played, but we're ever closely approaching the end of the season. Before we know it, we're going to be in April. April the 13th is DG's birthday. Make sure you've written that down. I need plenty of gifts. I just want a small 60-inch TV, nothing big, some vapors and things like that. Kelly Rowland, just a couple calm things. Obviously, Arsenal have kept 5 clean sheets in our last 7 Premier League matches. 3 of the goals we've conceded have come from the penalty spot. Can we switch on? Can we end this with 10 men? Arsenal have won 5 and lost just 1 of our last 7 Premier League games. So we come into it in okay form. Not too many wins in amongst that, but you get the point. Our loss came against City. Brentford are the only team Arsenal have not won at least 1 match against in the Premier League. Time to put that right. And as I said, Brentford have won none of their last 7 games in all comps. You know, their 0-0 against Crystal Palace ended a run of 6 straight defeats. And again, honestly, if I'm Thomas Frank, I'm sitting there and saying our season starts now. Just like Burnley's form weren't the best. They bucked us. They got a point. If you're Brentford, you know what it is. You know, you know, movement off the ball, dark arts. Again, first and second balls where we've done all right in the air. The midfield battle, try and overrun Arsenal's midfield. You know, but nobody for me does the underdog thing like Brentford. You know, Brentford relish that tag in my opinion. So we're gonna need to stand up to be counted, man. It's, you know, we can't just focus on Embuemo and Ivan Toney and all these players. We're gonna need to stand up to be counted. We're going to need to. Obviously, where the lineup is concerned, it picks itself. If Tomiyasu training, if he's fit, I mean proper fit. I don't mean this Tomiyasu wants to put in a credit to him, wants to just play against Liverpool. If he's not properly fit, don't play him. I'd rather him not play today, and then you've got him for Wolves and all the other games. You know, lose a battle, win a war. We've got some difficult games. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I know we didn't really miss him too much in terms of the results. As much as you could say that about Tomiyasu, it was in vain against Liverpool, really. So can we manage him? But if Tomiyasu's fit, the back five picks itself, people, as you know. Tomiyasu, Tierney, the two centre halves in Gabriel and obviously Ben White, who we're going to need you to be on it. Ramsdale behind them. In midfield, Xhaka, Partey. I think you lot might get overran in midfield. Prove me wrong. Odegaard stays in the 10. For me, Smith Rowe comes back into the team and goes on that left. Fellow Haaland graduate in Saka on the right. And then through the middle, I'm going with Eddie and I'm chatting shit. You know it's Lacazette through that middle. So yeah, Ramsdale from back to front, Ramsdale, Tierney, Tomiyasu, the two centre-halves in Gabriel and Ben White. Obviously in midfield, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe on the left. On the right, you've got Saka, big Lacazette through the middle, man. It is what it is, man. So yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey. Don't be dissing Kelly Rowland. It's my babes, man. Yeah, then Beyonce, 100%. Shout out Beyonce as well. But it is what it is. But you're right, though. He's saying man should be targeting Shenseea and that. Miss Banks and that. I know you all saw Miss Banks' video. Let me chill out. What he's saying? He's saying man need to be doing, does the shoe fit and all them things there, man. Philly, all the man there shout me. I'm trying to get to the bag as well. I'm sure Foot Asylum got enough peas for all of us. Look at that. Oh shit, who's that? Let me touch that. Oi, yeah, you real? Wee, sexy darling, boy, you mad. But staying on task, people, staying on task. One love for you lot tuned in. Make sure you're hitting the like button. On the topic of Arsenal Brentford, it's watch along business tomorrow, so make sure you're there, man. The link's been dropped. One love to the 3 people, 2, including myself, who have hit the like button on such already. But what's there to say about Brentford? They don't score too many goals. They're good, isn't it? Like, we need to stand up to be counted. Bit disappointed because I cannot see at this moment in time Mikel Arteta's press conference. Surely he's speaking today. We are playing tomorrow. Maybe I'm just too early and whatnot, people. So it is what it is in that regards. So let's see what's going on there. Really, you know, we'll have to see. Obviously, we'll get into Aubameyang watch, transfer news, etc., etc. Get your talking points in, people. That's the Brentford segment done. I didn't want to go through all the things I said again, but we did, didn't we? I listen. I'm a God-fearing man. I was watching the Miss Banks video came across on my Twitter. I was looking at it for research purposes, and then I went to pray. All I do is watch football, talk about football. I don't know about any of that, but my word. Whee. Arsenal signing a striker or a day out with Miss Banks. I know what one I'm choosing, fella. Arsenal don't need a striker. Lacazette could be like a new signing. Balogun soon back for Middlesbrough. They don't need none of that. Anyway, so yeah, if Ivan Toney's out, then it is what it is, man. They've got other players. His fitness is probably touch and go. You need to come out of my FPL team then. And hopefully he continues to save up Brentford in that past hour. What's going on with Ivan Toney? Let me go on Brentford.com. I want to know exactly what's going on with Ivan Toney. Where's Brentford's website? There we have it. Let's see team news. Well, he doesn't say much. Ivan, let me type in Ivan Toney on Twitter. Ivan Toney. Are you fit or not? If you're fit, then boy, it is what it is. Touch and go, man. But even then, they're Embuemo, brother. And if like I said, if I'm Brentford, Arsenal are not a street smart team. They're learning to be that. We've come up through the championship, dark arts, off the ball, fine margins, things you can get away with the ref. Do these things. That's what I would be doing. Brentford are a good technical side. One thing I like about Brentford, they're actually able to sell players and replace them and get top money. We could learn a thing, you know. They sold Mupe, sold Watkins, sold Ben Rama, got a little Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, I think their chest is high if they really want 50 million for him. But at some point, they will sell him. And there's probably that next Joe Bloggs that they're eyeing up front already, really and truly. Who knows? Maybe it's Eddie Nketiah. Eddie, please go to an English team so it goes down to a tribunal and Arsenal get some money, because you're going to leave for a grand fat total of effing nothing. We got the same amount of money for Eddie Nketiah as we did for Aaron Ramsey and Alexis Sanchez. Amazing steens, amazing stuff. Boy, in terms of a score prediction, by God's grace, I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I'm going to say a 2-1 Arsenal. A 2-0 for the vast majority of the game, and then we F up. But again, on the watch along tomorrow, I'll probably switch it up. It all depends what side of the bed I wake up. I might be optimistic as hell or pessimistic as hell. We'll talk about that tomorrow, innit? But that ends the preview segment. Way, like I said, first and second balls, and I am missing Martinelli because he'll give the fullback something to think about. Brentford's fullbacks do get forward quite a lot, to be fair with you.